Greetings. Welcome to Mary is the new evangelization.com. My name's Tom. Yogi Bhajan said this: there can be no life without an anchor, just as there can be no ship without an anchor. It is the anchor that matters, not the personality, not your possessions. The mind must have an anchor. It is the anchor that brings you stability and knows what needs to be done in the depths of the water, in the stoma. Through the hurricane, it is the anchor that allows you to be cool, calm, steady when all around you there is anxiety and upset. Purpose of life is to realize you within you, the truth in you, the light in you, the delightness of the divine in you, and that is your soul. That is your anchor. Trust in it, work with it, deliver yourself to it, and it will see you through. The Sin Singh Sahib Yogi Bhajan. Now, he's saying the soul is your anchor. Okay? First of all, how many people even know what their soul is? What is your soul? It's a legitimate question. Your soul is he's right in the sense that it comes from heaven. Okay? It's the spirit and the body meet at conception, and the soul is created. Now, Yogi Bhajan had that wrong. He's right that the soul is important, but he's definitely wrong on when the soul comes and is actually created. The soul is a creation, but it's like a chemical reaction to the body and the spirit. That's what it is. So God created everything. He rested after 6 days. So everything was set in motion after those 6 days. So he's not coming down and creating new souls. The spirit, the pre-existent spirit and the body are creating a new soul. So God's working through the process that he started and finished after 6 days. He finished. Okay, there's nothing new he's creating. Everything was set in motion. Now, the soul. So the yoga, the Kundalini yoga movement, the whole goal and objective is to get in touch with the soul. Okay? That's their whole objective, to get inside themselves and just totally connect to their soul. Like the soul is home base. When you're playing tag and you have a home base, safe. The soul is safe. Okay? Basically, they're saying the soul is safe. It's a safe place. So, okay. How can you argue that point, that the soul is a safe place? Certainly, you're better off trusting your soul than your body, right? I mean, your body really doesn't have a mind to it. I mean, your body is your body. Your body is a shell. It's an outer shell. It's a covering. So it's important. Your body is very important. But that's not, your body is not your headquarters, so to speak. It protects your headquarters. Okay. So, from that perspective, your soul is more important than your body. But without the body, your soul is severely compromised in this earthly life because you can't have the physical contact with people. That's really the problem. You can't have physical contact, and very few humans in the flesh have the spiritual wherewithal, really, to connect with the souls. It can be done. It's been done. Uh, of the deceased or the aborted. So the soul lives on. The soul is important. There's no question about that. There's really no question about it. But the anchor is not your soul, because people who say, like atheists, who don't believe in God at all, and they can be totally into their soul. They're relying on their soul. They don't need God. They have their soul. So herein lies the problem. Your soul was created by God. Okay, we already talked about that. The soul was created by God via the spirit in the body. Okay, so one removed from God, basically. But God is the one who planned it, organized it, and our spirits, the reason our spirits unite with our bodies here on this earth is because we lost our place in the mind of God as spirits. Okay, we lost our place in the mind of God as spirits. So that's why we're here. We had to be incarnated into this flesh, and it's the soul, which in essence is a combination of the spirit and the body, the soul. Now, so from that perspective, the soul is a new creation, but it is, it has an origin that can be traced back to the parents with the body, and God created the spirit directly, So, we're one removed, really. Now we're heading back to the spirit, like our souls will then venture back to our origin, which was the mind of God, heaven, whatever, presence of God. We're back in his presence, basically. And that's awesome. That's huge. That's significant. So, but if you're just trusting in your soul, that's no guarantee you're getting into heaven. That's the problem. It might help you on this earth navigate, but it doesn't really necessarily make you any closer to God. That's a deliberate choice that you have to make, and that involves the spirit. Okay, that so you're going beyond the soul to the spirit. The spirit, soul, and body can be divided. A double-edged sword, sharper than any double-edged sword. That's what the Bible says. So they can be divided. So when you take that sharp sword and you slice the soul from the spirit, okay, or you slice the soul from that body, like people who have out-of-body experiences. Basically, the soul's getting separated from the body. Okay, but the soul can also get separated from the spirit. And that's where Yogi Bhajan and his gang aren't going. They're not going into the spirit. So that's the God realm, the spirit. The soul realm is human, really. It's a good human, and grace builds on nature. So you should take the next step. You shouldn't just stay in the soul as your anchor. And that's why y'all are allowing abortion and gay marriage and, things that are actually contrary to God's plan for human beings. You're supporting because you're in the soul. So you got to get out of the soul, or let's put it this way: you got to graduate. You got to take the soul and get into the spirit through, there's prayer tongues, Eucharistic adoration, the rosary. These are tools to, quicken your spirit to the presence of God. And that's, really the next step, really, that you got to take is the spirit. That doesn't mean you give up yoga or anything like that. No, it just means your goal can't be the soul. Your goal has to be the spirit, because that's where we came from and that's where we're going in essence. All right. God bless. Thanks.